Howdy, how are you all doing? I'm Nick and this London Creative. A few weeks back I made a book cover like that thing out of my journal that I have printed and is available on Amazon. But this, I made a cover. And I thought, it wasn't a bad first attempt, so I thought, we'll do it again. So I got another book and I thought, this today I'm going to do it. Then I had an idea. I've got this. It's probably going to be like people sitting out there, steampunk aficionados going, no! But I'm going to cover this and make this a steampunk cover. This is a proper book all about steampunk. Someone bought me years ago. It's been sat in a cupboard and on a bookshelf for all that time. Never used it. So I'm going to use this as the base. Okay, here we go. Right, so I've got everything I need. Scissors, a bracelet, or two, some ornaments, some gears, a few bits and pieces, some calico, some PVA glue, brushes, water, paints, etc. And we've got a bit of cardboard. Let's start with the base. It worked better this time. You have to wet it. Boxes aren't corrugated anymore, are they? You can tell this come off an old box. Let's start by just covering this. There, right, that's one part. I have one of those manly bracelets. I don't think I need it anymore. It's really the first thing I really wore. It's got these little charms on it and things. Might be a bit more nautical, but I'm liking it. Got these few pieces on. Got the glue gun and the glue stick, and I've got some cogs and I've got some corner pieces. This was one of the charms I was going to use in the last one, and it wasn't really relevant. This time, Queen and Country and all of that, very steampunky. So, right there. Now, corner pieces. Again, we're not going for pristine because I don't do pristine from the K-pop band. Pristine. Wait. It's like I've got to get a K-pop reference in there somewhere. When I do these sort of things, I end up with very shaky hands. I don't know why. Button. I think that's enough. It's like knowing when to stop, and I had a bit of a tidy up, and now we are back. Wasted the best part of an hour trying to work out if I can make a keyhole to go in the centre. I can't. We're now here, but we have some burnt umber, raw sienna, and a bit of silver. And we have the light coming in through the side just to confuse things, just to make it a little bit more difficult to identify where the light is, and mostly paint it brown and see how we get on. Oh good, that worked really well, didn't it? Look at that, comes straight off. Try this again. I'm going to put this up here this time. I always seem to think that if something doesn't work, change it. Once you put it back in the same place, do the same thing. I'm going to put that up there like that. The whole premise of steampunk is that if oil hadn't been discovered in the 1850s, we wouldn't have plastic. And without plastic, you wouldn't have computers. So the idea is that everything became mechanical rather than electronic. And so you would have steam and gears and things like that. So that's the idea. There's the premise. There's the what if. Oil was discovered in vast quantities in America in 1850. And then Benz, whatever his name was, Benz, used oil to make petroleum because it was heatable, and he then used it to make a motor vehicle. And he tried the motor vehicle out on the Nevada Straits in 1870 or something, and it broke down like 20 times, and people were still convinced it was the way of the future. Next stage, the expensive gold paint. Whereas the steam car preceded it, and everyone was like, yeah, didn't break down, it didn't need fuel, it used water. The water would turn to steam, the steam would go back into the tank would cool the steam down, turning it into water, and then you'd have more steam and more water, and it would just go round in circles forever. Eventually it ran out, and then you topped it up with water again. But no. Mercedes-Benz had more money than the random former colonel of the US Army who was trying to convince everyone that steam engines were the way forward in cars. And yeah, they won. So today, our world is covered in plastic. And steam car engines are a fallacy. As you can tell, I wrote a book about this. I used the reference of steampunk to write a short story or a book called The Blue Sapphire. There we go, one Steampunk Bible redone, remade into a Steampunk Bible. You know what I mean. A couple of hours work made it something different. Probably never still gonna read it, probably go back on the bookshelf, but it'll now go back on the bookshelf looking like this. It's not bad, is it? Not bad. I have to say it now, kind of realise how many times I say it. If you like this and you think it was worthwhile, do give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, tell me other books to do on other things. Maybe, I'm thinking maybe sort of books like Frankenstein or anything I've got on my bookshelf really. And maybe we'll come back and do more. And if you want to see more of them and you're not already subscribed, like 96% of people watching these videos, 96, that's a hell of a lot. If you've watched it this far, you may as well hit subscribe and come back each week and see more stuff, different stuff, diverse stuff in London, being creative. Until then, until next time, I shall see you. Bye. Other requirements is screaming children, the man downstairs is yelling his head off, and so yeah, sun's out for the moment, which is good. Solo will go out in a bit. every 2 minutes she comes in now. It's like, you're late. You're not even there. You're not. No. I don't think that was Solo telling me that it's time to go you know where, even though she's early. Ow, my foot. Stupid. This thing that I sung the praises of a few months ago just fell off the thing and the bracket just hit me in the foot. I've got a massive bruise on my foot already. It's like full blown went wallop. This is not as good as it first appeared. It doesn't stay clamped, and no matter what you do, so I'm going to do it now, that head does that. It just will not stay done up. Newer, you need to improve your clamps, and you need to improve your customer services too.